Elm Logistics. For all your logistic needs, call 631-299-3595. That's 631-299-3595. Elm Global Logistics. Pride, performance, and partnerships.
You have like people just don't listen to each other. Mitch always is very easy to talk to. We don't agree all the time, not even close. But it's like we always have this polite, like you and me. We have a polite conversation. We don't yell at each other. We listen to each other, and and you hope for the best, right? I mean, that's the type of shit. I'm not. It's very hard to speak to people nowadays because they don't want to let people speak. If that's lack of a better word, I guess. Or
nowadays, people's conclusions don't allow any inclusiveness with others unless it fits their window. See, what Mitch gets, what you get, what I get is that without, you can have whatever values you have, but without diplomacy, we're all done.
Mm-hmm.
We're done. Okay? It's the ability to communicate is what makes us separated from every other species on this planet. We're able to actually have conversations. So if you have already shut your ears off, there's nothing I can say to you. And oddly enough, that happened with the preacher from Nazareth when he said that it doesn't matter what I say to you. I'm paraphrasing, but in so many words, the message was, you're not listening anyway. Why would I talk to you?
Very good. Very well done.
I mean,
Jimmy, I want to. We've got a new segment that I'm going to make a banner for starting next week, and it's going to be called "Shut Up and Wrestle." Right? So
Shut up and wrestle.
Shut up and wrestle. It's about wrestlers that just need to wrestle and just shut up the rest of the way.
Interesting.
Last week we had Jordan Grace on, who is clearly too buff to be diving through ropes, and everybody saw it. She clips and falls on her head. Right?
Silly.
So it's like, just shut up and wrestle, dude.
Yeah.
Well, on today's Shut Up and Wrestle, and I want you to listen, I need you to weigh in, is Jeff Hardy decides he's going to cover Alice in Chains' Nutshell. I want everybody to listen, and then Jimmy, being the rock star that you are, I want you to evaluate this. You ready?
Oh, no.
Now, real quick,
that's all I get?
I'll give you more. I don't know why, but go ahead. Hold on.
They spent that time and yet I fight this battle alone. No one to cry.
Time out.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. You see, you can't. You see, this gets back to my point.
Hold on. I'm sorry. When you're putting why don't you put the X up?
I didn't. Well, I'm not in need of medical attention, but if you had kept playing it, I would have put the X up.
All right. Okay. So let me hear your evaluation, sir.
Okay. Like, getting back to the point of diplomacy, the reason why I asked you to play a little bit more is that if you're having a conversation with somebody and you might have opposing point of views, hear them out a little bit. That's why I asked you to play a little bit more.
Understood.
Okay. So when we start to get to the more, first of all, he tried. I'll give him that.
Oh,
he tried.
Wow. Congratulations. Can I just say something before you continue on?
What made me the
musician? I would have hit him. I would have been one of the guys that hit him with a battery.
Okay. And then played battery from Metallica the right way?
No, I just would have thrown batteries at him so he shut up and got hit in the head. But go ahead.
Well, getting back to you tried. Unfortunately, part of my reputation as far as working with back in the day is I could be a little bit like Tony Soprano myself. So unfortunately, I got about a big shirt on too. What a coincidence, you know. So basically, I would be like, "You tried, and get the fuck off.
You tried.
You tried. You know, he tried." Um, his phrasings were very short and safe. You know, the thing that made Lane Staley, you know, so great was that there was nothing safe about him, and you know, his power and control of his voice make him, outside of you know, Chris Cornell from that decade, the most powerful thing that existed.
Hmm.
And that's all there is to it. Because when you hit the notes that he hits in you know, Man in the Box with the Jesus Christ notes, are you kidding me? It's like a banshee in control of his own
I'll
fate and
give you. I
destiny.
want
His
to give you my
perception is
quick
crystal clear.
evaluation. I want to give you my quick evaluation, and you weigh
Yeah,
in on this. Okay.
yeah,
So, Nutshell in particular. So when you listen to Alan and Alice in Chains,
yeah,
even someone like me who can't sing, there's a sound from Alice in Chains that almost makes you think you can sing it, right? Because it has this melody that's kind of soft but haunting.
yeah. But the
But
control factor is
that,
so.
well, that's my point. When you actually try to sing it, you
Oh,
understand
it's
how difficult
yeah,
these songs are. And
yeah.
to me, it's like this. Jeff, I totally get it. You want to sing. Don't hack up a great song like Nut, because he
Right,
destroys that song. It
right,
is such a bad rendition. When I heard it, I'm
right,
like, I'm playing it.
right.
You're lucky you're Jeff Hardy, because if you were Mike
Exactly.
Monty on stage, they would have threw
Exactly.
lettuce at you.
Yeah. One of one
Okay.
of one of the you know, we were more known for originals back in War Dance days, but one of the favorite, most requested covers we used to get to ask to be played was Black from Pearl Jam.
Mm,
And it was a song that requires, like you just said, it makes you think you can sing the song, but once you start to try to sing what Eddie Vedder does on Black, the control, the breathing, and then the increased power as the song builds, he gets stronger and more muscular with his voice. These are things called dynamics. Jeff Hardy did not have these dynamics in the few seconds you played for me, and you're right, he's lucky he's Jeff Hardy. Because to be able to sing Black, Jeff Hardy could never do that, especially by the end of the song where Eddie's almost crying out the
hmm.
notes. You know, could it be more? And he's raising and going higher, and oh my God, you know, Jeff Hardy, like you said, he got a really nice guitar. I'll tell you that. When I'm listening to the tone of that guitar, it sounds
That
beautiful.
guitarist, whoever was playing
Sounds
guitar, was very
beautiful. But
good.
that's because
Very
Jeff
good.
Hardy's got the money for a guitar like that. He's Jeff Hardy, you
Well,
know.
that wasn't
And by
Jeff
the
Hardy
way,
playing, dude.
the
That was
the
somebody else
song that
playing,
he's
right?
the song that he's attempting to do, if I'm not mistaken, was the opening number for Alice in Chains on MTV Unplugged
Mm,
with the candelabras and
yeah.
shit. Oh my God. Go watch that, folks. You want to see a master painting a picture? Go watch Alice in Chains on MTV Unplugged from back in the glorious days of MTV Unplugged.
I just think to myself, Jimmy, just because you were a good wrestler and possibly a
Right.
Hall of Famer and you love to sing, don't bring that shit to the stage. I mean, putting your hand out like this, feeling the crowd
Yeah.
doesn't fucking represent what
Yeah.
Alice in Chains did. Stick to something different, like something easy, like the Turtles, right?
The
Happy
Turtles.
Together. Like, do Happy Together. You
You know
can't
something
fuck up
else?
that song,
You know
right?
something? You know something? Oh, yes, you can. I've seen people do it.
Really? That's
Yeah, and let
great.
me put it this way too. Don't you ever insult the Turtles that way. Okay? And the reason why I'm saying that is I'm hammering home your point that Jeff Hardy should stick to what he sticks to. Shut up and wrestle. All
Right.
right? Because the Turtles were musicians. I know that they were packaged silly, but so were the
Yeah.
Monkees. And the Monkees were good musicians
Hmm.
too. You know, I don't care if that's a popular opinion or not. Fuck that shit. You know, some of the guys in the Monkees were really talented. And what, Davy Jones couldn't sing? What? Excuse me?
David was a great
You
singer.
know, he's a voice of a generation to a lot of people. What are you talking about? Of course he could sing.
So I would say the first two
Yeah,
segments,
shut up
2
and
weeks in a
wrestle.
row, Shut Up and Wrestle. This is Shut
Absolutely.
Up and Wrestle. Stay tuned next week where
Yeah.
who knows what else we'll find. But, Jeff Hardy, much respect for your wrestling ability.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Stick to it because you can't fucking sing, bro.
Yeah.
Just give it a break, please.
Yeah.